Yeah, it's a movie called Stalker, starring Jane March and Anna Brecken and Billy Murray, Colin Salmon. It's a story that my company, Black and Blue, the company's been going for about 4 years. We had the rights to an old 70s movie called House on Straw Hill. And Jonathan, my partner, said to me, why don't you rewrite it and we'll do a new version of it. I started to look at it, and really there wasn't a kind of new version in it, but there was a seed of an idea. So I took the seed and I planted it, and something new started to grow out of it. So it kind of owes a nod to House on Straw Hill, but that's about all I think now. It's about a writer that goes off into the country to kind of, I don't know, a writer who has writer's block and goes off into the country to get a new kind of wave. And she gets there, and it's to a house that she used to go to when she was a kid, and everything starts to happen.
No, I've seen it and it's great, and it's a very psychological movie, I think. And
it's not a horror. It's not a straightforward horror like you have nowadays, where, you know, horrors have turned into these things nowadays where it's kind of how many ways can you kill someone within 90 minutes. And that's not my kind of horror that I like. I like movies like The Omen or Turn of the Screw, stuff like that, stuff that makes you think, and it's not just on a plate in 3D for you. And so that's the kind of movie that I tried to make. It was something that made you think, something that made you think ahead, kind of who could it be. And so it's much more of a chiller than a horror movie, I think. Yes. Black and Blue's been going for about 4 years. This was the first film that we started making. We made a short, actually, Jonathan and I, with my brother, called Karma Magnet, which you can see on the internet. But we made that, and then from that we wrote. This was our second film, well, the first feature, and I think from actually producing the first short, that we were able to get the money for Stalker. And once we had the money, that was it. We were running, and we made this, and since then we've made a few others that actually came out in between Stalker. So the way it worked out was that we started Stalker, we stopped, we made 2 other movies, and then we came back to finish Stalker. That's why it took so long. All to do with finances, juggling finances. I love directing. Directing is this thing that kind of it encapsulates all of my hobbies in one big bubble. It's kind of like music, there's photography, there's drama, all in one big thing. And I think over in the States they have this thing called a bubble called entertainment, which everybody's allowed to kind of go off in different directions and do what they want. But over here we kind of put things in compartments a lot more, and we don't like to see people move between the different compartments. And I think my bubble is called entertainment, what I work in, and I love it. It's my hobby, and whether I'm acting or whether I'm writing or whether I'm directing, to me it's all one big thing. You know, when you write a script, in your head what you're really doing is directing it. So it's all one big bubble. You know, when I was writing the parts for the girls, I was in there myself and I was acting it myself. So it is, I think it should be allowed to have this big bubble. You know, you're thinking of the music at the same time. So listen, they're all my hobbies, and I love directing, but that doesn't mean that I won't go and do more TV acting or some more movie acting. You know, it's what comes up and what I enjoy doing. I'm at a part of my life now where I'm not career based. I'm not saying, oh, I'm going to do this because that would be good for me to get that. I just, if something comes along that I want to do, then I'm happy to do it.